but really just kind of sticky as moistures continue to increase. In the low to mid 80s right now, a little bit warmer north of I-44 with a little less cloud cover. Dew points, though, for many in the low to even some mid 70s. So really sticky day ahead today. We'll have some more clouds and rain chances for the afternoon. Temperatures climbing back into the mid 80s, I'd say, for highs, a bit below average for this time of year today, and then falling back into the mid 70s by around 8 o'clock with a few scattered showers and thunderstorms today. Will be a little bit warmer potentially north of I-44. Some spots may still climb into the upper 80s, closer to average. The further south you go, the cooler you'll be and the better your rain chance likely into the afternoon. And it does look like we are starting to see some more showers begin to pop up. You notice still mostly south of I-44, some back in parts of southern Wright County over into Howell County, Baxter County into northern Arkansas. About to look at some showers, some thunderstorms, Fulton County there as well. Nothing severe expected, but some very heavy downpours that we'll talk about in timeout coming up soon. Inside, when thunder roars, head indoors. Right now, we are looking at rain popping up south of I-44. Pockets of heavy rain back over just past over towards Mountain Grove, riding along 60. More, a little bit of rain in parts of southern Christian County, south of Ozark, and right around pop-ups right there, and along 160 heading over towards Branson, Theodosia, getting in on South Fork, West Plains, maybe a little bit of rain right now passing on by Marshall, and then over into Madison County, south of a brief heavy downpour right there. But like I mentioned, really not tracking anything severe today. Gusty winds coming out of a few of these thunderstorms. But here's what's happening. Area of high pressure stalled out front now to our south, and this area of low pressure creating enough lift with enough to help fuel some showers and thunderstorms today. And while it's not widespread, not everyone will see rain. Watch the chance hang around into the afternoon and evening with the better coverage south of. A few isolated, though, will still make it north of the interstate, especially closer to the evening hours. Dry tonight, but I'd say west of 65 late. A few isolated showers or two will be possible, and then better rain chance again hangs around for tomorrow after. This time, I think that chance really shifts a little bit further to the north, where north of Highway 60 may some showers, some thunderstorms. Still a few, though, further to the south, and in our eastern. Bit better coverage again for the day too. Now by 9 o'clock we'll begin to dry on out, and into the weekend there is a tiny rain chance on Friday. Now total wise, pick up less than half of an inch, and some won't see any rain at all from today through. But a few isolated areas may get in on a thunderstorm that could drop around an inch to 2 inches. You saw that yesterday evening and overnight. And then again today, tomorrow, that as well. But once again, that won't be widespread by any means, but some brief localized flood possible. Now, today, temperature-wise, we'll be back in the low to mid 80s, especially south of I. Some warmer spots north of the interstate in the upper 80s by 4 p.m. and then into the evening 70s, with overnight lows tonight staying in the low 70s, waking up tomorrow morning. Now, the next back in the mid 80s still tomorrow, thanks to more clouds and rain. Friday and Saturday, we start to warm up upper 80s, low 90s, with humidity staying high for the rest of the week. Muggy to steamy conditions, which will of course make it feel even hotter. We'll look at feels like temperature mid to upper 90s for the weekend, maybe some spots squeaking to around 100. For many by around 4 o'clock. A little bit warmer in the mid to upper 80s north of I-44. Some heavy downpours could lead to a low risk for some localized flooding today here across parts of the Ozarks. And then again for the day tomorrow, this time shifting a little bit further north tomorrow. Throughout the week, small isolated cooler but still very sticky day. Right now, low for some areas like West Plains, Branson, mid to a few upper 80s along and north of I-44. You actually hitting your highs right now for the day. Dew points are in the 70s, so it's kind of a muggy afternoon, and we have some more cloud cover rolling on in. We'll be partly to mostly cloudy today with some scattered rain and thunderstorms continuing from now all the way through the rest of your evening, with temperatures in the upper 70s still at 7. Highs today, mid-80s for many. Some upper 80s, mostly north of I-44. And right now we're tracking a little bit of rain. Best coverage is along and south of the interstate, where we have some pockets of rain, a few thunderstorms as well. But really not looking at anything severe today. A little bit of light and some heavy downpours could lead to some isolated localized flooding. But yeah, you see these tracking east to west we see normally in our typical weather pattern. So it's a little interesting this afternoon. Continuing to track some scattered rain and thunderstorms by the late afternoon and evening hours. We'll try and dry out tonight. Could see a few isolated showers, especially west of Highway 65, and then more rain for your Thursday afternoon. We'll talk more about that and some rainfall totals you can expect coming up. Scattered across the area, really mostly south of I-44, tracking off to the heavy rain now. Situated here across parts of, we'll say, Douglas County and then back down into Taney County. Right now, some heavy rain, a little bit of lightning. Ozark towards Marshall, south of Jasper. Hours, heavy rain, some thunderstorms and more rain past just to our south. Area of low pressure kind of there with it. This has helped pull in a lot of rich across the region and will bring us some pockets of heavy rain today that could lead to. That won't be widespread though by any means. This afternoon by 3 o'clock we'll have a few storms in this model shows, but a few isolated may make a run for a few areas north. 7 o'clock still tracking a few showers and storms, and then overnight tonight west of 65, but many will be dry. And then tomorrow another chance for a few more widely scattered showers and storms, but this time I think the better chance is going to be north of the Highway 60. We'll have a few still isolated south, but heading into the afternoon and evening, that's where we'll have the better rain chance, and then continuing to dry on out overnight into much of the day Friday. Rainfall total wise, we're looking at many picking up, I'd say, half of an inch of rain or less through the week, but some areas may see a few heavier pockets could be possible. And the good news is we're really not looking at anything in the way of severe weather with this for the day today. Maybe some gusty winds. As we head into the afternoon, temperatures will be cooler in a few areas south of the interstate where we have the rain. Below average in the mid 80s only for highs, and then some mid to upper 80s north of I-44 where we're a little bit drier this afternoon. Now by 9 o'clock, temperatures in the mid to a few upper 70s, and overnight lows will be back in the low 70s, around 70 to 72 for many waking up in the morning. Over the next few days, continuing to climb back into the upper 80s, low 90s around average Friday and Saturday, and I don't want to rule out maybe a stray shower on Friday in some of our far eastern counties, but it should be a mostly dry afternoon for many. You'll notice though, humidity stays high. It's kind of sticky today. It'll stay sticky through the weekend and into the start of next week as well. And we'll continue to watch. Feels like temperatures climb with that. So we'll be back in the mid 90s for heat indices Friday and Saturday. And then by the start of next week, flirting with the 100s for feels like temperatures too. So this is typical July heat for us. Or south, bringing us a little bit of rain and a few thunderstorms today. A couple flash flood warnings. Parts of central and southwestern Arkansas over towards Little Rock, little flash flood warning there. More widespread rain developing in spots in central and northern Arkansas for areas south of I-40 as well. And then back over into parts of central Texas around the San Antonio area. Numerous flash flood warnings with this swath of showers this morning that's dropped a heavy rain. Now stretching back up, moving north over through Waco right now with some thunderstorms there. And there is a flood watch in place for parts of central Texas today, as well as including parts of there as well. Now regionally, it's a hot, sticky afternoon, but of course it. However, some dangerous heat for parts of the far northern U.S. still again today. Heat advisories. Of heat warnings there in pink. Temperatures today 94 in Minneapolis and Chicago. In Rapid City, only 88 in Amarillo and 108 in Las Vegas. And talk about the showers and storms we're currently tracking. Not heavy rain with some really rich moisture in place. Back over into parts of eastern, southeastern, to the west, so it's a little different than what we normally see. Normally we see our showers west to east, kind of from this north to southeast kind of direction. But right now, south of Salem, a thunderstorm. Mountain Grove getting in on some scattered rain. Parts of Douglas County getting in on a few thunderstorms and some heavy rain. Stone County there into parts of County, south of Springfield, but we'll see maybe a few showers, hopefully at my house today. Getting in on some heavy rain there. Mountain Home, you've seen a bit of rain on and off, maybe another shower starting to work its way on in with some heavy rain. Marshall, Mount Pleasant, south of Jasper, looking at some heavy rain and into today. It's going to be a lower risk for today. Some heavy downpours could drop potentially around 1 inch to 2 inches of rain in some spots, and I don't want to rule out some locally higher totals as well, with some more widely scattered rain again for the day tomorrow, and we'll also watch another potential for some localized flooding. South of I-44, heavy rain in spots, and it's continuing to track off to the west. Over the next couple of hours, temperatures will be thanks to the clouds and rain. Warmest north of I-44 for highs in the mid to upper 80s. Of the interstate likely in the mid 80s, and some of you have already hit your high for the day. Where we have rain, we are a bit cooler with temperatures only in the 70s. 75, 72 in Rogers, 73 in Harrison, but 89 in Warsaw. Right now, points are in the 70s as well, and so it's pretty sticky outside for the day today. Low clouds, some rain as we head into the rest of your evening. Temperatures falling back into by around 9 o'clock for many. Still tracking a few scattered showers and thunderstorms early overnight hours tonight. Lows for most will be around 70 to 72 degrees. And your highs tomorrow will be in the low to mid 80s, still below average for this. Few more scattered showers and thunderstorms. So right now we aren't looking at severe. Looking at some flooding in Boone, Marion County, and continuing to track some heavy downpours. Showers and storms are a little different than what we normally see. They're actually tracking from east to continue to see some pockets of heavy rain possible, but that severe threat looking very low. Evening hours. We'll talk more about the timing hour by hour and more rain chances tomorrow coming up soon. More rain and a few thunderstorms tomorrow and a small chance on Friday. We'll talk about the timing, the totals, and a closer look at what will be a hot week forecast coming up next. Marion County, Newton, Searcy County. This one 5 p.m. includes parts of Marshall, Mount Pleasant, Harrison over towards Yellville. That goes into 15 today, and some spots here have picked up around maybe even 1.5 inches to up to 3 inches of rain. We have seen some flooding and heard of some flooding back around the Harrison area. As turn around, don't drown, be extra cautious as you hit the roads for your evening commute today. Right now we are looking at just a little bit of some light rain working into Polk County and maybe it over into parts of Hickory County shortly, but that's on the lighter side. A few thunderstorms over towards Shannon County, around Houston, also looking at some rain, and into parts of northern Douglas County. Out front off to our south, area of low pressure. This area of low pressure has helped really usher in Gulf moisture to fuel some of those heavier pockets of rain today. And over the next few hours, seeing a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. Right now, the severe threat not really looking there aside from the potential for. You may see a funnel cloud or two, but tornado threat's not really there today. As we head into the evening and overnight hours, a few passing clouds or two before rain chances go back up tomorrow afternoon. And I actually think we'll see a little bit better coverage than what this model here shows. So better rain chance will be east of 65, north of Highway 60, maybe a few still further south, but it won't be a complete washout of the coverage. Will be a little bit less likely than what we've seen today. We'll pick up maybe another 1/4 of an inch in some spots, some areas a little bit less, and then other areas, a few isolated pockets maybe could pick up another 1 to 2 inches. It's just these kind of summer that aren't widespread but can drop some heavy rain briefly that we'll be concerned about. Over the next few hours, mid-70s by around 9 o'clock. Overnight lows tonight will be back in the low 70s. And then tomorrow, temperatures below average in the mid 80s by around 4 o'clock as well. Back around average Friday and Saturday. There's a tiny chance for maybe a shower or two, especially in our eastern counties. But dry and warming up heading into the weekend with humidity staying high Wednesday today all the way through next Tuesday. Muggy to steamy conditions will make feels like temperatures a little at times, but of course this is very typical for July here in the Ozarks. We'll feel like the mid-90s Friday, Saturday, maybe some upper 90s to around 100 as we begin next week, Sunday and Monday. Throughout the week ahead, rain chance is going to be a little bit thunderstorms. So let's take you through radar. Starting at the top, our northernmost counties get a little bit of rain over around Dixon, south of Vienna, right here, northern Pulaski County, and over towards Kansas. Heading up towards Lake of the Ozarks, so looking at maybe a little bit of rain trying to move on in. Further south into Texas, southwest of Licking, looking at a thunderstorm there. Northern Douglas County, some rain, some thunderstorms. Rain for parts of the county. Willow Springs, some showers and a thunderstorm there. On the light towards Marshfield, across parts of Springfield here in Greene and Polk County. And then back further to the south, moving out of Howell County, a thunderstorm. Fulton County, east, or I should say west of Salem, looking at some rain and over towards Oxford. And then we still have this flash flood warning for Boone and parts of Marion County that goes until 6:15 today. Eureka Springs getting in on some moderate and some thunderstorms over towards Anderson, south of Neosho. And we'll continue to see some rain this evening. Some localized flooding in spots. It's a low risk today, and then another chance tomorrow for the potential for some localized flooding. Not widespread, but some areas may be picking up around an inches with some locally higher totals. Overnight tonight, temperatures falling back in the 70s and will stay in the 70s for over many around 70 to about 71 degrees in the morning. Pretty light winds hours early on, and then most will be dry tonight with more rain on the way tomorrow to keep us a again in the mid 80s only for highs. A few showers and thunderstorms and the potential for flooding again. I'll talk about when everything wraps up and a closer look at what will be a coming up on KY3 News at 5. Heavy rain and coverage is best south of the interstate, but we do have a few mostly light to making their way north of I-44 right now. Flash flood warning for parts of Boone and Marion County going 6:15 today. That does include parts of Harrison. Some spots have seen maybe around an inch. 3 inches of rain for a few of you, but certainly some pockets of heavy rain still, even warning over towards Fulton County, Ozark County, and back into Texas County, where there is also 3. By around 8 o'clock, still a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. We'll see conditions overnight tonight with a few clouds hanging around, and tomorrow another chance for some more and thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening hours. Temperatures a little bit cooler where we have the rain. Saw one of the hot spots with higher humidity as dew points are in the 70s. The next falling back or at least staying in the 70s, and overnight lows in the low 70s, waking up are a little bit cooler than average in the mid 80s still, thanks to more cloud cover and rain. Wraps up coming up soon. Some thunderstorms with the best coverage still south of I-44. Some pockets of heavy rain. Showers are working their way actually in from the east and tracking off to the west, which is not a typical pattern see here. And so as we head into the next few hours with really rich moisture in place, we are still watching the potential for flooding. Flash flood warning goes until 6:15. That includes parts of Harrison, Bergman, and back over Dodge City and Yellville along 62. Some spots have picked up more than an inch and a half of rain in a short period of time. And over into Texas County, some heavy rain as well. Some thunderstorms there. Howell County towards Mountain View into Douglas County. A little bit of light rain here in Greene County and up towards Stock right now, and up towards Lake of the Ozarks. About to see maybe a few showers move on in. But we have a stalled out situated to our south area of low pressure to blame for our rain chance today, and it has pushed in a lot of Gulf moisture to fuel kind of some of those heavier downpours. So over the next few we'll continue to watch the potential for showers. Once again, the best coverage still south of I-44. Night beginning to dry out, some clouds tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow afternoon I think we'll see some more scattered rain and coverage, maybe even a little bit better than what this model here shows, especially north of I-45 and east of Highway 65 and into parts of central Missouri. Heavy downpours still possible, and then as we head into the overnight hours, drying out as well. We've seen a lot of the rain though today, so coverage tomorrow will be a little bit less. On average, we'll pick up, I'd say, less than a quarter for most. Some of you won't see any rain between now and Friday evening, but some spots less than a quarter of an inch, aside from a few areas that tomorrow may see a downpour that allows you to pick up maybe another inch to 2 inches of rain. That won't be widespread though. Hopefully it falls at my house where I could use a little bit more rain in my yard. Over the next couple of hours, temperatures in the mid-70s by 9 o'clock. Overnight lows tonight falling back in the low 70s for many, most around 71 degrees tomorrow morning. And highs tomorrow back in the mid-80s, most around 83 to about 80 degrees. But of course, if you see a few more peaks of sunshine, you could warm up a little bit more and likely closer to average, but most will stay below. Our average high is now 90 degrees. We'll be closer for your Friday and on Saturday in the upper 80s, low 90s. And we'll look at a stretch of drier weather for many into the weekend. It's kind of hot. We are muggy to steamy, and we stay that way all the way through the rest of the week, and that will allow for some feels like temperatures to creep up closer to the triple digits. So Saturday, mid to upper is what it should feel like. Sunday flirting with 100 for many, and then by Monday upper 90s to low 100.
Today for summer school for you. The hot dog sandwich.
You go first.
Oh, me go first?
Yep, you go first.
I think it depends on who you ask.
I think it definitely depends on who you ask, but what do you think?
That's what I think. It's an answer.
Okay. What do you think?
What do I think? I don't think a hot dog is a sandwich.
Okay, me either. But Ron, he said it depends on who you ask, but he said also the weight of the hot dog. Now, I could kind of get behind that, depending on how many condiments you put on it.
All right. Well, our producer is giving us some. If you went to a restaurant and ordered a beef sausage sandwich, you wouldn't expect it on your plate. But the dictionary's definition of a sandwich also fits a hot dog. And according to laws in several states, hot dogs are categorized as sandwiches. So according to the tax,
legally,
it's a sandwich.
Hot dogs are sandwiches.
Yeah. The debate rolls on. Or does it?
It just doesn't seem right.
Tomorrow, mustard, ketchup, relish, all those questions. Get more. It's really coming down, and that's a worry.
Yes.
Mustard, ketchup, or relish.
I love a good chili dog.
Chili dog, huh? The